Half my clients use a teleprompter and half don't. The other half has questions, like how do they know if a teleprompter is right for them? Well, I've thought about this a lot, so you'll be able to make that decision in the next 6.5 minutes. You probably wouldn't be surprised to learn that some people think of the teleprompter as a tool of the devil. It does get used for evil a little too often these days. Maybe we should have common sense teleprompter control. So you might be surprised to learn that many of us think of the teleprompter as a business tool, nothing more. Like running water or refrigerator magnets. We don't subscribe any motives to the thing. We just use it and appreciate it. It helps us get our message out without taking 12 hours and 42 takes and 16 hours in editing, putting some kind of story together from the hash we've made of the shoot. So why do only half my clients use a teleprompter? Lots of reasons. They don't like the way it makes them feel. Their energy comes down. They can't connect emotionally with their own ideas because they're stuck on the reading part. That does use a different part of the brain than the one that communicates. It's a taking in energy, not a sharing energy. If you have trouble, making out the words, or you aren't 100% clear on a narrow topic, then you might find it kind of wonky to use a teleprompter. Or you're 200% sure. You could talk on a topic for days without stopping and in complete paragraphs. You're the talkinator. In that case, writing it down might slow you down, and without writing, what do you need a teleprompter for? But if that's you, well, you probably already have your own talk show. And thank you for watching. But for the rest of us, a teleprompter feels like the gift of time to our business and the gift of better, content to our viewers. It's just a way of producing something good every week in exchange for spending a few minutes in front of the camera. We don't have to memorize anything either. We can spend most of our time hanging out early morning with a nice cup of coffee, sketching out our thoughts, unhurried, unstressed, and increasingly inspired. So the question before us today is, should you use a teleprompter in your business? Well, I wouldn't do it unless I could see myself in most of these 10 questions. 1, do you enjoy writing? At least once you get into it. Do you discover truths in the very act? Do you get pleasure out of crafting the expression of an idea you've been struggling with? 2, can you read and talk at the same time? Well, this is something that can be learned. You may not want to take the time to go through the training. 3, do you tend toward perfectionism? Many struggling entrepreneurs do. Well, here's a case where a piece of machinery allows you to play to your strengths while it overcomes a weakness for you. Not so much a crutch as a bionic leg. 4, does the demonstration of your value depend on words, or can you show it with pictures? Maybe you don't have widgets sitting on a shelf so much as you custom create solutions for each client. In that case, being able to talk about it in a compelling way is pretty important. And so getting the words out in a certain order could be super helpful. 5, can you visualize your viewer while you're reading? It's a powerful way of helping you connect with them. 6, do you put a high value on being both clear and concise? If you get on camera with only a rough idea of what you want to say, your video could be 3 or 4 times longer than a pre-written one. Would that drive you crazy? 7, what do you think of jump cuts that put 2 discontinuous pieces of video together because the presenter was having a bad day? If that drives you cray-cray to watch, how comfortable will you be making one like that? 8, are you making less than 1 video per week? If so, it could take a really long time to get to the point where you can shoot a video without a script in the same amount of time as a scripted one. Likewise, if you have to set up and break down every time you make a video, every minute counts there. 9, are you willing to invest in a through-the-lens teleprompter that uses a real monitor as opposed to a tablet computer like an iPad? It's not that the iPad teleprompter is bad. In fact, I love my little caddy buddy. It's just that there are no great software solutions for it right now. I've been spoiled rotten by Prompt Smart Pro, which follows your voice and works beautifully from a laptop. But in the tablet version, you're limited to a minute or two before it sticks, and now you're right back where you started. 10. How's your memory these days? If you find yourself forgetting the names of your kids or movie actors, that alone may be a reason for a visit to the prompter store. It wasn't mine initially, but it would be today. Now, this last question isn't really designed to help you make the decision, but it's something to consider. Are you committed to using video in your marketing? If so, you'll get better at using whatever technique you decide on. If it's the prompter, I have a free training right on the website that will very quickly get your competence and confidence where they need to be. Both of these lead to more trust, and these days, trust is critical if your goal is to become a visible authority.